And joining me now is Dr. Pramod Jaiswal. He is a research director at Nepal Institute for International Cooperation and Engagement. He's joining me from Kathmandu. We have Reshma, who is part of that protesting students group. We'll be joined by two other experts or analysts on the show in just a bit. Dr. Jaiswal, the question is Nepal staring at a long period of uncertainty, or are you of the opinion that this period in which the Nepalese army is in charge is going to be short-lived, and as protesters have been demanding, Balin Shah will be in charge of the interim government?
I think it's too early to make any speculations, especially when Balin himself is not aware that he can be a next prime minister, and we don't know where the country is moving to. But what one can predict is, looking at the demands of the protesters, they have asked for interim government, they have asked dissolution of the House, they have asked election under interim constitution, interim government. So I think whole process will take some time. Obviously, maybe in a week there'll be a new team who will be leading and normalizing the situation. But I think to have a new election will take some time. So overall, it's a new journey where we have to wait for some time to go through. But I think there's a lot yet to be resolved at the moment. As you said, nothing is clear. We don't know what are the clear demands of the protesters. What are the demands would be addressed? Who will address those demands? How long will and who will address those demands? How we can have normalcy in Kathmandu, have law and order problem? How efficient Nepal army will be there? All these are still difficult to answer, especially the legal questions also arise, how we can address those. There are lots of questions yet to unfold before we can make any concrete comments at the moment.
Okay, so perhaps Reshma will be able to answer some of these questions. Reshma, what is the end game or the final objective of protesters? The question is that this was seen as a Gen Z protest, but Gen Z protesters certainly did not want this kind of violence to play out, because over the last few hours we have been speaking to a lot of protesters, and they say that this is not something that they had expected, that they had certainly not expected that a former prime minister's wife will be tortured to death. So now that the protest has turned violent, what is it that the protesters are expecting will happen next?
Ma'am, actually, I'm not leading the protest, actually. I'm just the youth of this country. You know what I mean? Basically, this Gen Z revolution is actually, they want the corruption to end. That's only the point. That's only the point. I'm not leading anything. I'm just a random person who lives here.
Okay, so when you say that the protesters want corruption to end, how will that corruption end? Because the prime minister has resigned. It is the Nepalese army which is now in charge of the country.
So moving further, we don't know, like maybe the Nepalese army will be leading us for a certain time until the vote is done or something happens forward. But till then, nobody has any answers about that.
And what about the violence? As just a youth
No violence is acceptable. Actually, no violence is acceptable. I know people are angry. People have so much aggression inside them. But no violence is accepted. We are very sorry. I always say violence is not accepted at all. Burning the public properties, torturing the people of the country, it's not the solution of this problem.
So if that is not the solution, and you are among the youth who feel that this is not the way out, then there is also this sense that this protest is no longer organic. It's no longer organic. There is perhaps it is being orchestrated.
The youth doesn't want this. Maybe they protested, they did everything, because yesterday 20 of the children who were in college uniforms were killed. Maybe the aggression was in their heart. I don't know. Maybe something has happened. It's not only about Gen Z. Their mother, their parents, everybody was outside their house today. It's not only about the young generation, actually. Everybody wants, each and every people in this country wants corruption to end. That's only what we want. We We are not demanding violence. We are not supporting violence. If somebody does it, we are against it.
Okay, let me bring in others now. Darshan is joining us. We also have Shaswat. Shaswat, the question is that as one of the early voices that led these protests, how do you view this change now? The fact is that you wanted, you know, if you're thinking that corruption will end suddenly, that's not going to happen. Perhaps there will be a regime change. That is evident now. What is it that you all are expecting now?
After the social media ban, I was extremely concerned about freedom of speech, and I wanted a permanent solution to this problem and also other problems rampant in our country. What I did not want was this level of atrocity, this level of violence. I see right now my home city, my homeland is burning in front of me. Black smoke has covered Kathmandu Valley. I really hope this is not a bad omen for what is to come tomorrow.
So you are actually fearing as to how this protest has taken a form that none of you planned and now it is out of your hand?
Yes, we planned it. We set out 7 points agenda. We wanted to negotiate with the government. We were in consultation with various legal experts and scholars. We wanted to do this as peacefully as we can. We wanted to raise our concerns to the highest level and reach to a peaceful solution by negotiating with the government, not by overthrowing it, not by using such kind of atrocity. This is absolutely insane. I don't think any one of us who were organizing the September 8th protest
Okay,
even thought about the level of atrocities
so
that
you are
happens right
essentially
now.
of the opinion that you wanted to negotiate with the government, but the fact is that there is no government today. So what is it and who do you think is best suited to govern Nepal now? Who do you want as your potential leader?
So right now, the state is in chaos. Nobody is under nothing is under control. Everyone is for themselves. There's looting right now, right in the street where I live. There's fires everywhere. People have knocked on my doors as well. It is absolute chaos, and I really do hope, sincerely hope that that a strong leadership emerges from this. I sincerely hope that people will not take advantage of this and push their own personal agenda, uh, and that I really hope we have not removed one corrupt leader to bring in thousands many more.
Okay, that's a valid fear, I would say, Darshan. What are your thoughts, Darshan? Do you share the concerns which have been shared here by Shaswat?
Absolutely. I mean, there is a lot of confusion right now in the air, and recently the army chief have also, released a statement saying that they will handle this transition period